Hi friends, subscribe to Orijit official YouTube channel, শেয়ার করুন, লাইক করুন, কমেন্টস করুন আর অতি অবশ্যই বেল আইকনটা ক্লিক করে দেবেন সবকিছুর নোটিফিকেশন পাওয়ার জন্য। সঙ্গে থাকুন, পাশে থাকুন, দেখতে থাকুন অরিজিৎ অফিসিয়াল ইউটিউব চ্যানেল।
In the fast-paced life of Bengal, more and more people are turning to fast foods. Sadly, this means that authentic traditional Bengali cuisine is becoming a rare delight. But there's a place where you can still experience the rich flavors of Bengal's culinary heritage. Welcome to 6 Ballygunge Place. At 6 Ballygunge Place, we take pride in offering a wide variety of traditional Bengali dishes. Whether you prefer to select from our carefully curated menu or indulge in our sumptuous buffet, come, relish the true essence of Bengali cuisine with us. Rediscover the flavors, the traditions, and the warmth of Bengali hospitality.
I am Sushanta Sengupta, also known as Chef Sushanta Sengupta. I am one of the founding directors of the brand 6 Ballygunge Place. I am married, my wife, and I have a daughter. She's 21 years old and she's currently also pursuing pastry and chocolate arts in Switzerland. And my wife, who was a banker at one point in time but gave up her job, and she's a housewife currently. When I passed out my class 12, that was the year 1990. At that point in time, hospitality industry was not what you see today. There were very few people who had known about a course which was known as hotel management at that point in time. So as it is, when I passed out of class 12, I also had no clue about hotel management or what the course entails. And I had also myself personally never been to a hotel prior to that. I come from a very middle class family. So obviously, as you can see, my only experience or exposure to hospitality was a colony restaurant or a roadside dhaba. That was my only experience. But when I heard about hotel management and there was an entrance exam for that, I sat for it along with other entrance exam which I was sitting for at that point in time. Luckily, I didn't get through the other places which I was trying, and I got through my hotel management and I cleared the group discussion as well. And though I am a boy from Delhi, and at that point in time I wanted to do my hotel management in Pusa, but my ranking wasn't good enough to get me admission at Pusa. So they told me that I can get admitted myself at Taratala, that's the Institute of Hotel Management run by Ministry of Tourism. So I came to Kolkata in the year 1990 to get admitted at Hotel Management Institute at Taratala, and so my journey began from then. Actually, I'll tell you, when we started our company name was Savourites, and it was the year 1998. And at that point in time, we didn't had 6 Ballygunge Place. So catering, Savourites Hospitality is what we were known as at that point in time. And we came into existence as a business ownership of office lunches and social function catering. So that is how we started our years of business. And it was the first 4 years that we pursued that. We only pursued office lunches, that was for lunch. And for dinner, when we were free, we used to do social functions of small gathering, say 50 to 100 people, and occasional 1 or 2 weddings.
Expanding into catering for home parties, they introduced deluxe lunch packets, gaining popularity. Their focus on service quality and taste led them to the wedding market and outdoor catering.
But in the year 2002, we opened our first restaurant, that was 6 Ballygunge Place. And then this brand has gone a miles ahead. Currently, we have fine dining in 6 Ballygunge Place. We have thali concept in 6 Ballygunge Place. We have a takeaway concept, which is basically a delivery concept of 6 Ballygunge Place. Plus, obviously, our catering stayed with us as the backbone of this company. And currently, we are also one of the biggest catering company in Calcutta, which is also known as 6 Ballygunge Place Catering. But when it comes to our restaurant, 6 Ballygunge Place, I somehow credit this to my partner, Anindo Palit's father, because Mr. Palit, he was a corporate gentleman, and whenever he used to see us meeting together or he had something to tell us, he said, I have been in this corporate world in Calcutta for a long time. So whenever my guests are coming from outside the city, I really don't have a good Bengali restaurant to take them. But we Calcuttans, we boast so much about our culture, our food. That really stuck on with us. And we always felt, yes, that there was a huge lacuna in that Bengali cuisine front. And this could be one of the things we always started thinking about. So we were overnight very popular, and then 2007 we opened our second outlet, which is in Salt Lake. Then we opened our third outlet, which is in Rajarhat, Action Area 2, and then the fourth outlet, which was in Chaurangi. In between all this, we also started another vertical, which was the 6 Ballygunge Place Thali. Though our first thali, which was opened in Behala, didn't succeed much, but we immediately saw the lacuna in that is due to the bad location. We shifted that restaurant and continued in Koshba, and it was a huge success. Then we opened up another thali that was in Salt Lake Sector 5, which again started doing well. And then we opened currently we have opened one more in Jodhpur Park, one in Topshia. There's one more property which is getting ready. In the meantime, what has happened with 6 Ballygunge Place becoming popular, the other people wanted to tie up with us. One such tie-up happened with Indian Oil Corporation, and they wanted few of their company-owned, company-operated pumps to have 6 Ballygunge Place. Then we opened our Panagar unit and Kolaghat unit, both in association with Indian Oil Corporation. Currently, we are thinking of taking 6 Ballygunge Place to other Indian cities, and maybe if God wants, maybe even abroad. Bengali food has now really come up as a commercial cuisine in India. So Bengali food is no longer hidden in just homes of our families, but it has come out commercially the way Punjabi food or a South Indian food people talk about. So Bengali food is growing up. Maybe the sale is yet to reach the levels of a Punjabi food or a South Indian snack joint, but slowly the way people have started accepting it, as we have been putting it commercially, I believe it will be soon one of the greatest cuisines in India to come out. And we all know that the cuisine has huge depth as Bengalis. We know, and we really bank on the depth of Bengali cuisine, and we want to put that forward. I think the biggest challenge in a hospitality industry is to see at others before self. It is that selfless nature that really gets inculcated during your course, that even the thought of like the guest is always right, is thinking the other person is always right, to put him before yourself. I think that is the biggest challenge. This is a magic. If somebody has learned in the hospitality industry, he can go a long way in this industry. So it is putting others first before you is what I believe is hospitality. As a brand, Six Ballygunge Place, I would say the most unique thing about our brand is we have been able to keep the team together. As everybody talks about in hospitality, there's a huge turnover. But somehow we have been able to maintain, we have been able to keep our people as a family. And that, I believe, has been our biggest strength, because finally hospitality or food is delivered with human skill and love. So if this team remains the same and they can really give that love, that feel, that recognition to our guests, I think that is the biggest challenge which we as a brand Six Ballygunge Place has been able to offer to our customers. In terms of cost of the food, we have the most important thing is maintaining standards. So once we created a standard for Six Ballygunge Place, we have not deviated from this. If we require a fish of particular size, fish from a particular region, rice from a particular region, spices from a particular vendor, we have stuck to that. Maybe certain input cost over the years have increased, and we also had to increase our obviously the portion prices and everything, but it has always been in conjunction. It's not because we are very popular we can put in any price and survive in the market. We have been very price conscious, and we also are business owners who happens to come from a region which is Bengal, which is the most price conscious market in India. So we have always been thoughtful about our customers. Obviously there is an inflation that is in this country. We have to take into account things, the input cost, the manpower cost that keeps on increasing, and subsequently there has been a little increase in our pricing as well. If I consider as a chef, obviously I worked hard. I've learned I have tried and learned from everyone I have interacted with. But the biggest trait which I think I have is interpersonal relationship. I've always tried and maintain the people I work with as my colleague and not as an owner, as a friend when they have needed me, as a senior to them when they needed me in that form. So it has been my interpersonal relationship with my staff, with my partners. I think that is the biggest trait I hold, and I think that has what has helped me to succeed. Bengal has always been little slow when it has come to hospitality, but now currently I feel it is really gearing up to become one of the biggest hospitality center among all the states. So things are changing, and changing very fast. Most important thing in the hospitality section, the sector that could be done in Bengal, is to put it up as any other industry and really put focus there, create that infrastructure which will actually bring in more people to the city, more remote areas, because we know no Indian state is devoid of this natural beauty and abundance. So I think those areas needs to be developed. People who are not in Bengal, people are outside Bengal should be able to know about them. That kind of marketing has to be there. And obviously when the foreigner or the foreigners or the tourists who come from outside the state, to be treated with a very well matured and dedicated service team. Tourism has a great effect, especially for Six Ballygunge Place as we call it. If you enter Six Ballygunge Place during lunch, you will see a lot of people who are actually coming in with their suitcases. So these are the people who mostly are coming from outside the city. So they have come to the city on work, to meet their family. They are the people who come in and eat out at the restaurant and see what the city has to give them, offer them. So tourism actually not only helps rooms, it also helps food and beverage, it helps monuments and things to view, it helps the forest. Tourism is one of the biggest influencer in the development of hospitality in any section, any sector. new college graduates who will be passing out in a year or two, the only advice I have, there is hard work in this industry. There is no doubt about it. There is hard work for that matter in anything that you want to do. So you'll have to give this industry that kind of respect. And obviously, you yourself, these selfless working hours, this selfless way of thinking will actually bring in growth in you as well. My most favorite dream is to make Bengali cuisine stand out among all the other Indian cuisines, and also take it to a place in the world that people, in one word, if I talk about like a food from or flavor from Bengal, is something a people should recognize that yes, this is the restaurant where I'm going to get a stuff like dab chindi, I can get malai curry, I can get shukto, I can get aloo posto. So this, to associate Bengali food with this wonderful item, is the dream that I have to fulfill.